What's up, everyone? Today I'm here with a Majespectre deck profile. This is the one that I've been using for a while. Probably going to switch things up here to a new deck pretty soon, but just kind of wanted to showcase what I've been using and how I've sort of innovated it just a little bit, and some cool things that the deck can do. And so here we go. So obviously side deck, extra deck. We'll do the main deck first. So we got our 3 copies of Raccoon, because it's amazing. I mean, why else? I mean, obviously you run that. You run 3 QB for searching traps. Then we run 1 Crow, 1 Cat, 1 Toad. That's the pretty basic lineup for Majespectres, for me anyways. I just like this lineup really way better than anything else, because I like a smaller one, because this card, Cat, isn't good at more than 1. Other than the fact that it's a low scale. Toad is and then Crow is also kind of These are the main ones you want to run. You can always up these more if you want, but with how all the other stuff in my deck was looking, this is what I ran with. And it worked out pretty good for me. The only occasional problem I had was running out of Majespectres in my main deck, but that usually doesn't happen. For the other engine sort of thing, we got the 3 Luster and 1 Lecter. The reason I'm not running the vanilla is because the vanilla is a 3 scale, which, while it is technically a low scale, you can't pendulum 3s then, which the majority of your Majespectres, or a portion of them, are. So I was like, well, I'll just run more high scales instead of the chance of locking myself into only penduluming 4. But yeah, this is for the Draco face-off, which you'll see later. And then another engine we got, got the WindWitch. So we got 3 ice, 1 glass, 1 snow. So these 3 you want to see. These are the ones you summon off of these, obviously. Sometimes I wish I had a second glass, but it's how tight the deck is. I honestly don't. I usually don't miss it, because you don't want to draw it, obviously. So, and then just a couple more things. So we got our Terratop engine. The reason we use this is because we have a card in our extra deck that lets us extend to these. It's just an extender, like I said. Winds, everything else is wind. So even if you don't see, like, even drawing Sakatamborg isn't necessarily a brick, because you can just draw off it and it's fine. Or you can still summon it usually if you have at least 1 more wind, and use it for something. And then we got, for the control part, we are running 3 of the barrier statue. This is great just to end up on a pendulum, because you do all your combo stuff, and then you just go, boom, I have a barrier statue. Now try and play through my stuff. Sometimes I side it out for more generic stuff, depending on what I'm playing against, but it's really good. And then for the final spicy tech, Tempest. You may be wondering, why am I playing that? I can banish winds for it, which is great. But then you're like, oh, well, the first effect's kind of dead. I can't, search anything. Wrong. That can search a dragon. Guess what's a dragon? This guy. So you can Tempest, use its effect to search for this, for Luster, and then do the summoning of Tempest stuff. It's honestly, I've never not wanted to see it. It's great. If I discard it for a search, I mean, it gets me another Majespectre in the long run, usually. It's just a great card, for sure. It's a big spice. Spells. No hand traps. Spells with the 3, Majesty's Pegasus, and then the 1 Terraforming, which isn't here right now. It's in my other deck. It's my fault. But yeah, 1 Terraforming. I would run mine if I had one, just 1, but I don't have it, so. And then Cyclone Sonic, just 1-ofs. They're not great. They're just kind of good searches to have. It's whatever. And then Triple Ties. This card can brick, but it's also really, really, really good if, like, other stuff gets ashed or hand trapped or stopped by anything. The whole point of this deck was that, because I had it as a more control variant first, but then the thing was, like, I just kept getting stopped too early, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to add extenders and just try to extend, and if they keep stopping those, then I'll hit them with the ties, and then I can still end on back row and ways to stop them. And so that's kind of the reasoning behind still running 3, or even running this card at all. And then the 1 face-off. Really hard to draw that. And then the 3 Tempest, pretty standard, and then 2 Tornado. Tornado at 3 is usually side the other one. It's currently over there. My side's a little in pieces right now because of the new ban list, but yeah, so that's the main deck. I think there might have been an upstart in here at one point. I don't remember. This deck's a little messed up right now, but that's like the gist. So then for the extra deck, we got Dinosaur. This card is really, that's a flex spot. It's not great. Kendama. Now this is for the other card you'll see later, and I'll explain why when we get there. Wind Pegasus and Clearwing Fast Dragon. These are for your first summon off of Glass and Ice Bell, I believe. Yeah. So you make Clearwing if you're going second, so you can negate something, and then you make the Ignister if you're going first, because the Ignister gets another effect in the grave. So that's always, so it really just depends on your situation, but they're both there to go into the Crystal Wing, which, I mean, Crystal Wing that's can't be destroyed by card effects is always good, even if there's better cards out there today. But Ignister, because this card is just, it's amazing. Free summon from deck, free non-targeting, just slap a dooski. It's pretty strong. That's it for the synchros. Then we got a Totem Bird. I make that every now and then. It's alright. But it's nice. Tornado Dragon, because generic, getting rid of back row and whatever. Utopia package. This is where I was considering maybe running Prime in there as well to kind of make some, to give it like 2. But nowadays most cards don't last that long, so I didn't really see the point in it. And then here's the spicier one, the Rubber Band Shooter. So this is why we play Kendama, because what this lets us do is banish Kendama and then search either Terratop or Takatomboard, because we reveal 2, and then our opponent lets us add 1. So if I do this and resolve it, I will get either a Terratop or Takatomboard, which both are fine. Like, both are good. So you get a free card, essentially. Takatomboard in that situation is better, because then I can just summon it for free. Or even then it doesn't really matter, because this card's effect is I can just, during the main phase, immediately normal summon another wind monster, which can be a Majespectre, it can be a barrier statue, it can be whatever. Which is why this card is really good. And then we got the 2 Great Fly. Kind of a weird one. The fact that it lets me add back wind monsters from my grave is nice. It's more so for the fact that it gives them boosts in attack, and because like the Majespectres have lower attack, and then if they destroy the Majesty's Pegasus, you have a problem. Its other thing was mainly, well, it was for Adamantipator because it drops Earth attack by 500, and as you know, that's like the majority of Adamantipator, and so I was like, oh, you know, that's pretty spicy. But now that's not so much the case, but it's still good. It's a great generic link too for them, and yeah, I like it. Just makes things harder to beat over, and then you can like add stuff back, and then just your generic Nightmare package, just for, you know, general spot removal and so on and so forth. And then for the side deck, this is more for my locals per se, but we got the Triple Dimensional Barrier. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, anyways, for whatever, like Shadal, I guess. Wavering Eyes, because people forget this is a card if you play against like Endymion and stuff. Spice, it's really good. The Dark Ruler, if you play against like Combo or whatever. That was at 3, but you know. These 2 are actually supposed to be in the main deck. I was actually playing those in the main deck. I just forgot to put them in there. Mainly because, you know, Mystic Mind's a problem. And the fact that we have to main deck a card to out a card like that is annoying. Anyways. And then the Nibiru. Because, I mean, stop combo. But, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Would I change anything? Probably not. At the moment, it's pretty solid. Admittedly, I'm going to be probably switching decks because I'm just bored of this one, but it's pretty solid. It has a lot of combos. It has a lot of, like, you can just not play type deals. Because, I mean, ending a turn on a, like a Crystal Wing with barrier statues and then, like an active Tempest is, obviously there's stronger things out there, but for being this like rogue deck that this is right now, I mean, it's probably tier 4 at this point, but like, it's fun, it's good. The things that they can't be targeted and they can't be destroyed, that's always good, because they can't Lightning Storm, I mean, they'll just Lightning Storm your back row. But, yeah, so, hope you guys enjoyed.